For decades, downtown Austin's 6th Street Entertainment District has been a live music destination enjoyed by college students and visitors to the city. But police are grappling with a violent crime increase there, especially after hours, and Austin is looking to other cities for help.
KXAN investigator Kevin Clark traveled across the country to learn about how one of those places changed its culture and reduced crime in its entertainment district.
5, 4, 3, 2, I let one go.
It seemed like a typical weekend night downtown. Then things took a turn.
We got one with one gunshot wound at 6th and Sabine.
KXAN investigators were there when APD officers were called to a gun battle between two groups, just 3 blocks from where thousands were gathered in the heart of Austin's 6th Street Entertainment District. A 17-year-old was in critical condition. He'd later die at the hospital.
Let me get some crime scene tape.
The gun battle prompted an officer to fire his own weapon, but police have not said whether the teen was shot by that officer or someone else.
Back it up, back it up.
The district is located between 5th and 7th Street, with Brazos Street to the west and Interstate 35 to the east. Violent crime is on the rise here, with 6 homicides this year compared with 1 each of the previous 2 years and none in 2018. And the 51 aggravated assaults in the district this year represent a 59% increase from 2018. In a recent affidavit, an APD officer even called it a high crime area, noting numerous shootings, robberies, assaults, murders, as well as other firearm investigations.
The violent encounters that are escalating in gun violence are concerning.
Councilmember Kathy Tovo sponsored the Safer 6th Street initiative. It passed in June following a mass shooting there that killed a man and wounded 13 others. The resolution asked the city to take action in making 6th Street safer and more welcoming. That could mean more lighting, changing the entertainment district's layout, or collaborating with bar owners on types of safety training. It also means talking to other cities with busy entertainment districts to learn the best practices on keeping these areas safe. One of those cities Austin listed as an example is across the country in Arlington, Virginia. So we traveled there. It's home to the Clarendon Entertainment District. Like 6th Street, it's an area with more than a dozen bars, and it draws thousands from the Washington, D.C. metro area on weekend nights.
And they're here to have a good time and be safe.
But retired Arlington County police officer Demetrius Mastoris said Clarendon wasn't always as safe as it is now.
We knew we had a bustling nightlife area, and we also had a lot of violence.
Mastoris recalled the summer of 2015 when he says 8 officers were assaulted.
People were at their wits' end.
So in 2015, while working for the police department, he led the creation of the Arlington Restaurant Initiative.
We're from DC!
A shift toward guidance, training, and support rather than enforcement.
I'm not concerned with how many tickets and arrests are being made down here. I'm concerned with, do people feel safe?
Mastoris tells me the initiative is a collaborative approach with bar owners and other county agencies. It includes training bar employees in sexual assault intervention, first aid, and fake ID detection. The main idea is to build relationships, creating a constant flow of communication between bar staff and police. If an employee sees the butt of a gun or an overly intoxicated customer, for example, police can intervene before situations escalate or become violent.
It seems like a pretty simple thing, just saying, please call me by my first name and I'm here to help you and here's my personal phone number.
What were the obstacles to making this work initially?
Nothing like this had ever been tried.
Mastoris says it took months to get bars on board with the initiative. Take Tony Tahiri, general manager of Bar Bow, who says years ago his security staff was regularly assaulted.
The environment wasn't safe.
At the same time, he says bars in Clarendon didn't have much of a relationship with Arlington County Police.
I go to the police and tell them what is my problem, or openly I can talk to them, So before it wasn't like that. You were scared that if you go talk to the police, you might get in trouble yourself.
But Mastoris was persistent.
Even if I got told to take a walk, I'd be back the next week.
And he says over time, more bars saw the benefit of joining the initiative, less liability, and more positive exposure from the county.
In the beginning, we had 8 pilot restaurants, and it grew to 45, 50.
But more importantly, Mastoris said it created an entertainment district environment with higher expectations, and violent crime went down. Stats we obtained from Arlington County show assault and battery while resisting law enforcement, and malicious wounding, which is similar to what Texas calls aggravated assault, went down in the Clarendon district a combined 69% between 2015 and 2019, and the total number of arrests in the district dropped 31% in that time.
What it's been done over here, it should be done across the country.
Back in Austin, we told Councilmember Tovo about Arlington's plan. Do you hope that the city looks into options like that and what other cities are doing in terms of coming up with more of a collaborative approach like that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think some other cities have some good strategies that might work here in Austin. I know that our bar owners and our staff in the bars and restaurants along 6th Street want to ensure a safer environment too, and I think we'll be good partners in those strategies.
There have been previous studies done on 6th Street safety in the last decade, including one on underage drinking, but Councilmember Tovo said these were not city commissioned and did not involve collaboration across city departments. We did reach out to other cities with entertainment districts like Las Vegas and Orlando, but law enforcement there told us they didn't keep crime statistics specific to their entertainment districts that we could directly compare with Austin's 6th Street. Back to you.
Thanks, Kevin. This investigation all started when our team was shadowing Austin police downtown as that deadly shooting from the top of Kevin's report happened. Read more about that incident, plus explore the crime trends here and in Arlington, Virginia, online now in this story in the investigative section of KXAN.com.